Hello, my name is John Lentz. I'm an attorney with Lepin and Lentz. As a bankruptcy attorney serving eastern Nebraska, I often hear people's misconceptions about bankruptcy and the bankruptcy process. I'd like to clarify some of these misconceptions for you today. The first misconception I often hear is that people believe they make too much money to be allowed to file bankruptcy. There are income limitations to filing bankruptcy, but just because you make more than an average person does not mean you cannot file for protection under the bankruptcy code. Another misunderstanding I hear is that someone does not have enough debt to file bankruptcy. There are no debt floors to filing bankruptcy. There are only certain debt limitations. In other words, you do not have to owe a minimum amount of money to file bankruptcy. Debt's strain on a person's life and the repercussions of unpaid debt are relative to each individual. Thus, a person does not have to have a certain amount of debt to file bankruptcy. A third misconception I often am confronted with is that if someone files bankruptcy, they'll lose all their possessions. Now, most of the people who file bankruptcy actually file because they want to keep a house or a car that they're behind payments on. The fact that you own property does not exclude you from filing bankruptcy, and it certainly doesn't mean you'll lose everything if you file. There are exemptions in bankruptcy to allow you to keep property, and if your property exceeds those exemption amounts, things can still be done if you wish to keep your possessions. Another misunderstanding that people have is that they cannot get rid of student loans in a bankruptcy. Now, although somewhat rare, student loan obligations may actually be discharged in a bankruptcy. If you can prove hardship, you may be able to discharge your student loans. The fifth misconception I hear is that filing bankruptcy will ruin your credit. Now, although your bankruptcy filing will appear on your credit report, so do all the debts that you owe, the late payments that you've made, and the judgments that are rendered against you. So even though a bankruptcy filing is not necessarily a great thing on your credit immediately, it is likely not any worse than the other negative information that's currently on your credit report, and that information will be changed once you get it discharged in your bankruptcy. Those debts that are on your credit report will reflect that they've been discharged in bankruptcy. Finally, another misunderstanding that I hear is that a person who files a Chapter 13 bankruptcy will have to pay back all their creditors. Sometimes people who file a Chapter 13 will actually have to pay back all their creditors. But this isn't always the case. You're required to contribute your monthly disposable income into your Chapter 13 plan. This could mean you pay only your attorney and your car loan through the plan, or it could mean you pay everyone. It just all depends on your individual situation. These are just some misunderstandings I hear, but if I could be of any assistance in helping you through your financial woes, please contact me at 402-421-9676. Thank you.